Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of
Hanging with
Sophie
and Skye.
And for today's episode, we are going to be talking about friends. Everything about them, like fake friends, real friends, everything. Also, we got a special guest in the back. Today we got Libby. You can pop your head through. Where are you? That laugh is crazy. But guys, she's in the back because she's hanging out with us today, but she's not really going to be like talking. Well, she'll like probably say a few things, but she's not really like a certified special guest because we don't have any special guests yet. But she's just kind of back there chilling, but it's okay.
We also got the moonbeam ice cream.
We got the moonbeam ice cream cookie from Crumble. And I'm gonna show you it real quick.
Cheese, bro.
Well, for those of you who are watching this, it looks like that. We already took some bites of it.
We also got some Starbucks.
But
so she popped her hand, her Starbucks out.
So, this like the moonbeam ice cream cookie thing tastes like lemon a lot, which I don't love. So, kind of mid in my opinion. And Libby, if you eat it, make sure you're holding it over the thing because I don't want to mess in my car because it's new. Anyways, and then we also got a chocolate chip cookie from Crumble. So we're gonna be munching on these like during the episode, and
get used to us having food or drink or both in every single episode because that's just who we are.
Big bags. I'm gonna take them all. Now that's actually fire. So you didn't follow my rules of eating it over, but we both got strawberry acai from Starbucks and so good. Sorry, drinking snack break. We just got back from the pool also. Like we just went to the pool and then got ready, and then now we're at Crumble Cookies parking lot. But
I hate my glare in my glasses. Whatever.
Okay, guys. So we're gonna get right into this. We I don't know. Should we just like get? We don't really have a plan for this episode. We're kind of just talking about friends. So
I feel like we should talk about our friendship first.
For sure, we should do that. Okay, me and Skye, if y'all didn't know, are actually cousins. So we're like basically forced friends in a way because we see each other so much because our family is so close. So we're kind of like in a way we're like forced friends. But me and Skye, as we talked about in episode 1, kind of like really did not like each other at all at some point. Like at one point we were genuinely like hated each other, which is so crazy because now we're best friends. But yeah, we're kind of gonna be talking about that because it definitely happens. Friends do grow apart for sure.
So basically, we've been close we were close since birth to like.
Literally since we were so young, we were so close.
I don't know when we stopped becoming friends. Like,
Me neither. I think so. Like Skye went through a phase, and I went through a phase. Well, Skye's phase was a little bit goofy. Livy's laughing in the back. You wanna explain your phase?
I went. So basically, my mom is probably gonna kill me for saying this because she hates when I say it, but I had lesbian allegations on me for sure. I had really short pixie cut hair. I'm not showing you guys a picture because every picture I have of me is so chopped. And if I know people watching this, they're gonna have so much blackmail on me, and I just don't need that. But I have very short pixie cut. I hung out around like a lot of like lesbian people, which they were my friends. So a lot of people thought I was lesbian for like a long period of time, but that was still like. That was after me and Sophia hated each other, but when I was hanging out with the lesbian people, but I still had that phase throughout. Also, we just both had like ugly fashion phases.
We both
with that just as skinny jeans.
We like bonded over our fashion at some point, and then we went totally different ways. I was like way more girly, I guess, and then Skye went more like tomboy, like got a pixie cut, like I don't really know, like she just went full emo mode, I guess you could say. And so her personality kind of changed, my personality kind of changed, because that's like as like people do, like everyone's like changes obviously throughout like their life, but me and her changed, and then we grew apart, and we really didn't like each other. I don't really know why we didn't like each other. I think I was jealous because her and her cousin, who is on a different side, were actually really close, and like they started getting close around that time, and I think that probably just made me jealous and like made me turn away from Skye and like.
I hated her because she chose my sister all the time over me.
Yeah, I would hang out with like Libby right there, and I would hang out with her and Lucy, which is her sister, more.
I was like, she's way younger. Like, why is she hanging out with her? So I hung out with her older sister Maddie, and Lola when she used to come.
Yeah, because I got along with like the younger girls, I think, because they liked like makeup and like dressing up and all that stuff, and Skye in that phase did not like doing that stuff.
I
and
liked playing Minecraft
and playing with stuffed animals, and like it just wasn't my thing.
My Chip. I love Chip, bro. I still have Chip. Actually.
You do?
Yeah,
that's
it's
cute.
Just somewhere. I just told my mom, I was like,
what, Libby?
I was like looking up to you, like that.
Yeah, she like
I used to call it Sophie and her minions.
Yeah, because Lucy and Libby, like, I wouldn't say they used to follow me, but like they used to like. Okay, well, they like used to like do what I was doing because they looked up to me because I was like their older cousin or whatever, and I would hang out with them a lot, so they looked up to me.
Bro.
Plastics is crazy.
And
but
really also I didn't look up to Skye because of her hair.
Bro, what the?
What? Queen?
She said she didn't look up to me because of my hair.
That's crazy work.
That's crazy work, bro.
No, yeah. So I don't know. Like,
then, like,
we were just very different.
And then like one time, I like remember like I think we were starting to get close, and then we went to Lake Powell, and that Lake Powell trip we got so close.
We got really close.
And then after that, we just started hanging out after, and then our personalities started to go back to the same thing.
Like, we started morphing into one person again because we used to be the same person. Then we drifted, and then when we started hanging out again, like we came back to the same person.
Yeah, we're like
basically.
the same person.
Genuinely, like we are the same person. I think like we always like say the same things that we each other say, like what, like literally like yesterday or something, Skye was thinking about like how she wanted to go get a drink, and then at that like moment I literally was like, we should like go get a drink, and she was like, I was literally just thinking that. So like we just like things like that, like we just like always read each other's minds, like we're just like the same person, like because I think it's because we literally hang out like every single day. So yeah.
Besides, she's gonna leave.
So yeah, oopsies. I'm like a very busy person, so like me and Skye like hanging out as much as we do is really surprising to me because
especially because she lives far away.
I live far. I live like at least 35 minutes away from Skye's house. I always make the drive.
She just snapped me.
I make the drive every single time though, because I love hanging out with Skye, and where I live, I don't have like really that many friends that live up in that area. So
usually when she comes over, she stays for.
I stay for like every single time I come down, I at least sleep over like one night. So like tonight I'm sleeping over and like whatever.
Well, because we had a sleepover, and then we went up to your house, and then we had a
sleep over there, and then now we're here, and then now we're gonna sleep over here. But yeah, basically that's me and Skye's story. Really, yeah, we just drifted apart, and so it wasn't like a huge thing. Like one of us did something.
No, I remember because there was that day you were at my house and you were hanging out with Lucy and Libby, and we were passing notes to each other. Do you remember?
Oh my gosh, yes. No, me and Skye used to like pass notes.
No,
like we
that
did
was
this
just one day.
Oh, okay, one day. We passed like notes to each other, basically explaining like how we were like feeling about each other, I guess.
And then we kind of made up after.
that. But we were like, I totally remember that. Like we were like,
I really wish we would have kept those notes.
I wish we kept them too, because they would have been so funny. Like I really wish.
No, I always wish I kept like the notes, because I used to get passed like a lot of weird notes in like elementary school.
Mhm.
Like somebody, no, I'm not saying that, but somebody was like, "Do you want to marry me?" Like it was like 2nd grade. I was like, "Bro," and I was like, I don't know if like any of you did that when you got passed a note. You didn't want to hurt their feelings, but you didn't want to say yes, so you just made a maybe box and then you circled that. I always did that as a child, and it definitely sent mixed signals to everybody. But like that's okay.
Oh. But anyways, so that's me and Skye's story. It's not too bad, but it's just kind of crazy to think about. Like we hated each other, but I think that definitely like made us closer. Like after that, like we got so close, and then now like we're here. So
yeah, because as children, our grandparents take us to, when we turn 5, to Disneyland.
And we chose each other to go to Disneyland with,
well,
obviously.
like yeah, some people went by themselves, but since we're so close in age, they took us like in between our birthdays. So I was like still 4 when we went, and she was 5. And then we went, and I was Elsa and she was Anna, and we literally argued about who would be Elsa.
Who would be Elsa, even though she had blonde hair.
So I won the argument, even though we wore wigs.
Yeah, we still wore wigs anyways.
But we were like high-key baddies, and we spent so much money there, bro.
We did. That was crazy.
And we got like backpacks too.
Yeah.
Remember those?
Yeah, our grandma is such a G. She like takes us shopping and stuff, and like lets us get our nails done sometimes on like occasions, and like
it caught Libby's face.
Hi, Libby. Speaking of, I'm going to get my nails done today, guys, because I need them. They're really,
We're gonna do
really
some
bad.
4th of July
Audrey
stuff.
went
Yeah.
twice for her 5th birthday.
And I did my nails, baddylicious.
Yeah, but
People always ask me if I do my own, and I do.
and she does, and I'm jealous because I have all the stuff to do them, but I'm too lazy. I don't got the time. I'm not good at them. Like, there's so many factors that play into it, and I don't have the time to try and get good at them. Like, I'm too busy of a person. Like,
Hey besties, it's me Campbell, a stylish Trendz model, and I'm here to talk to you about all of stylish Trendz glosses. They're super non-sticky, they're super shiny, and all the shades are so cute. I'm obsessed with all of the Blingalicious glosses. They're literally adorable, and I take mine everywhere. They're all vanilla scented and have the cutest shimmery and shine. Like, look at this, and they're not sticky at all. And use code podcast10. I repeat, podcast10 for 10% off of your order just for our podcast fam. Trust me, your lips will thank you. All right, back to Sophie and Skye.
like, I always got something going on, so.
But like, I kind of want to be a nail tech, so I'm trying to get good at them, and I do my sister's nails sometimes, and I did Libby's nails one time, and I'm gonna do them again, possibly for 4th of July. Just Sophie likes to go get her nails done at the professional place especially because I'm still working on getting my nails to last long, and she likes to get, and she bites her nails and like will pick it off, so my nails don't like last long on her at all.
So I have to get them done like professionally, or they'll literally last me like less than a week. So yeah, I have like a bad habit
Libby's
of
came
that.
off the night
Skye did
that I did them. Yeah, remember? I did your nails?
No, one of them.
Yeah, one of them did, and it popped off. I don't know, like, what was wrong with it, but she says, like, apparently the glue I was using doesn't work for her nails, so.
The glue.
Yeah, you said the UV glue doesn't work as well as, like, the other one, but I didn't have any other glue. I want to try, like, the 40-day nail glue that, like...
No, base coat is better and makes your, like, nails stay on longer.
Guys, we're really off track. We're talking about nails now.
Base
We were
coat.
talking about Friends. Okay, guys, we're gonna get back on track to Friends.
I just didn't have anything to say, so I just started
Talking about nails. Okay, so we're gonna get back on track to Friends because, yeah, it's already been going.
I think we should talk
a whole
about
while.
toxic friends, because
For
I sure have dealt with a lot of those.
Skye has had
Sorry,
her.
I was gonna burp, but I'm trying not to.
Oh, great. Okay, thanks. So,
Okay, I did
no, Skye has definitely, like,
I've been through so
experienced-
many friend groups, actually, like, in the last...
It's wild. I've gone through lots, like, and I thought that I've gone through lots, but looking at Skye, like...
Well, because, like, since, like, 4th grade, I've gone through, like, 1.5.
1.5.
So, because, like, one of the girls stayed through the next friend group.
Okay.
So, like, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, I don't know.
Whatever. She's gone through a lot, and she's the reason for switching, I feel like, is because they are toxic, right?
Well, mostly the ones I had through 6th and 7th grade, it was because I was surrounding myself with, like, the wrong people, like, because they were, like, no offense to any lesbians or gays, like, we both don't support because we are both Christians.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't
And you
hate
guys,
on you.
yeah, we're
We
not...
love them as a person.
Yeah, we love, like, everybody, obviously. Like, we're Christian, like, we love everyone, but we just, like, don't support what they, like,
They're
stand for.
Yeah.
But,
I'm not gonna hate on gay people. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not homophobic.
yeah, and God said that you can go to Him and be saved, so
But
anybody can go to Him to be
I
saved. Anyways,
I just didn't want to surround myself with them, and I was getting the allegations that they had, like, people thought I was lesbian, and, like, it wasn't just, like, the group I wanted to surround myself with. And then I met Leah in one of my classes, and then me and my friends had this huge fallout because one of my friends was hating on Sophie, and I don't mess with that. Like, we went on a trip. Let's go into the story, actually. We went on a trip. It was me and this friend. Let's make up a name for her. Let's call her Betsy. I like that name. Betsy. Her name is Betsy. So me and Betsy went up to my cabin, and it was, like, during the winter, and so we were up there, and then Sophie and my grandparents were, like, gonna come up because I don't know why, but they were just, like, wanted to.
This is how I was like, who is it?
Yeah, and so we came up, and so pretty much instantly it started going downhill. She gets there, and then they're like, guys, let's get in the hot tub, and me and Sophie go, no, we don't really want to. So my little sister goes with Betsy into the hot tub, and then
Betsy, sorry, I'm, like, picturing the person and thinking their name is Betsy.
They can actually scroll back and, like, see all this stuff.
They could see. If you guys scroll back far into my YouTube shorts, you can see the person. But anyways, continue.
Anyways,
But don't do that.
it's
They can if they want. It doesn't matter.
But basically, so Sophie goes out there and films a YouTube short, not a TikTok at the time, but it was a YouTube short. She was filming it, and it kind of looks staged in the video. But Betsy and Lucy splashed water, like the chlorine water, at Sophie
when I was outside doing a dance.
And so then she got mad because she didn't want to get in because she didn't want the chlorine water. So she still had to shower, and that's what she didn't want to do. She didn't want to shower but then she was covered in chlorine, and she doesn't. And we can't go without showering.
And I wasn't like mad to where I was gonna like yell at them and get like so pressed about it. Like I just was like annoyed because I told them that I didn't want to get wet.
And didn't you not have another pair of clothes?
No, she was sleeping over.
I was literally sleeping over. But the problem was just the fact that I told them I didn't want to get in, I didn't want to get wet, I didn't want to get chlorine water on me, and then they splashed me.
And so that was just like the start of it. So it wasn't like bad.
That wasn't that bad, but.
And so then throughout, we were like, sometimes we just sit on our phones because like we don't know what to do. And Betsy, bro. She got mad that we were on our phones all the time, even though she was on her phone like the whole time. And then like, sorry, I'm really trying not to say it again. She was on her phone like the whole time, but she had time limit. So when she got time limit, she got bored. And so she was getting mad at us for being on our phones. And I was like, you're literally on your phone up until you get time limit. And then you get mad at us for being on your phones just because you have time limit.
Yeah.
So it was like kind of high-key annoying and stuff. And like, but like this didn't all start to go down, like telling us this until we got back. And I really wish she didn't delete the text because Sophie, you deleted them after you got in the fight with her on my phone.
Oh, dang.
Because you remember like I'm aesthetic. Oh,
yeah.
Anyways,
Wait,
and
what?
she started like, okay, sorry. So we started to like talk to her on text after the trip to ask like, to like settle the beef or whatever.
Yeah.
It didn't really settle the beef. It kind of just made it worse, and then like the friendship ended. But basically, Sophie was texting her on my phone, and like she was like hating on Sophie a lot and stuff, and she was like, I hate how she like says that she's aesthetic all the time or something. I don't even know, like
just like weird stuff.
She was getting really mad and stuff, and so basically I was really mad at her because I don't like when people hate on my cousins. Like if you hate on my cousin, like in the comment section, like there's nothing I can do. But if you come up to me and vividly hate on any of my cousins, like Libby, even Lucy, that's not my cousin. Just for people clarifying, because people think Lucy's my cousin. Anyways, if you go and hate on any of my family members, I will come back at you because I don't mess with that, bro. Like you can't be hating on my cousins, especially if you like don't even know them. Like if you've like hung out with them like twice or just seen him on YouTube, like nah. So I will like say something if you say something about my cousin to my face. But so I was mad. So I sat with Leah because me and Leah were just starting to become friends at that lunch. And like I sat, then just like how me and Leah's like friendship sparked, and we got really close after that. But I also, then there's like a bonus story also. So I decided, I was like, I need to forgive her, and she invited me to her birthday party. So my mom was like, why does the lighting look so bad on me, honestly? Anyways, so I'm like, my mom's like, go to Betsy's birthday party, like maybe you'll figure stuff out. And I was like, fine, I'll go to Betsy's birthday party. And basically I'm there, and so they were like talking about something that was making me uncomfortable. I'm not going to get into the subject that they were talking about, but I was uncomfortable, and one of my other friends called me, so I answered the FaceTime, and I was on call with them for a second. And then they were like, Skye, stop being in your phone, like live in the moment. And I was like kind of uncomfortable there, and so I was already not wanting to be there even before I got there, and then I just didn't want to be there even more. And so then I thought I hung up the phone, but then it still like was on, and then they took my phone and started running away and hung up on them, and like they wouldn't give me my phone back, and it was like, and I didn't want to be there already, so I started crying. Like some people might be like, Skye, what a screen injury are you? But I didn't want to be there, and it was like why are you taking away my phone? Like this is like childish kind of. And then so I start crying, and I go into Betsy's room, and Betsy's cousin goes, or something like, she's like such a screen injury, like not screen injury because that word wasn't even like there when that happened, but like something like that. I can't remember what he said, but he said something, and that made it even worse. So when I got my phone back, because I went out there and I was like, give me my phone back, and I went out there and I texted my mom and I was like, come pick me up right now. And then like Betsy was trying to like make it up to me, and I was like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. And so like that's when our friendship ended, and I just like never talked to them like ever. But Betsy like talks to me still sometimes. Like she's like, why did our friendship even end? I'm like, I don't know.
I wonder why.
because I'm like, we're not bringing back old beef, so that's basically how that friendship ended, even though
yeah,
happy.
I've had my fair share of like fake friends too throughout my life, because I've been in a lot of friends groups too, but especially last year, which was my freshman year of high school. So if you guys didn't know, I go to a private school, so I only have like 200 kids in my whole high school. Like high school, which is insane. Most like your school probably has like 200 kids in your grade or something, or more.
We have 1,000 kids that went to my junior high.
Yeah.
I don't know about
so in high school, you could probably have like 300 kids in just their grade, but no, I have 200 kids in my whole like high school, and so that is like kind of crazy for some people to think about. But since I only have like 40 kids in my grade, it's not like I can have a million friend groups of a million different people. What?
I was trying to open that cookie and she was looking at me like trying not to laugh, and then I was like, what did you do to the cookie? She did just eat it, like I don't know what.
Bro, okay, continuing on. So, there's not that many people that I can be friends with, right? And so, even though I go to such a small school, there's been so many like toxic people that I've had to move away from, and then I go back to, and then I move away from, and then I go back to, like, it's just kind of like crazy, like how many like toxic people that I've gone back to because of like shortage of friends. And so I feel like I need more friends, and so I go back to toxic people, which never feel like you need a bunch of friends, because as Georgia from Ginny and Georgia said, you can get through anything in life as long as you have one good friend, which is actually very true. Like as long as you have at least one good person in your life that you can count on, like everything will be fine. So don't think that you need a lot of friends. Don't think you need to be comparing how many friends you have. Like that's really not important. It's quality over quantity for sure with like friends. So
I literally hang out with 2 people.
Yeah, I hang out with her. I hang out with Milata sometimes, but she's never here. And I hang out with Kairi, but I just literally met her like this school year, and it's kind of crazy because we got so close. And then sometimes I hang out with like Maya and Sophia, and that's like it. But to be honest, I really just hang out with like just Skye.
She goes, what am I, a roach?
No, we hang out with Libby, but like Libby's like, we don't hang out with her like every day. Like how we
Libby, I don't like know how to explain it, but like I don't count you as a friend because you're
a lot younger and you're a cousin.
You're just, she just stopped. Did you eat the rest of the moonbeam?
Oh my gosh, Libby ate all the rest of the... Anyways.
But no, because I hang out with my little sister too sometimes.
Yeah, like I consider Lucy and Libby like, just like more like little sisters to me than friends. Because like since they're younger. Yeah, I consider them like my minions, if you know what I mean.
Tonight we steal
the moonbeam ice cream. Anyways, we're gonna get copyrighted, bro. But
that sucks.
Okay. So
I'm just saying blue cheese instead.
Blue cheese ice cream.
Blue cheese ice cream.
Okay, we're done. So yeah. Oh, also I just have to clarify this. So my old friend, like I guess old friend Anissa. So a lot of you know Anissa. Her and me, like, we're actually still friends. So, like,
do you need some?
She, like, and nothing happened between us. Like, it wasn't, like, a toxic thing. We just kind of, like, separated from each other for a while. And then now we're, like, friends again. So, that's what happened with that situation. But, I've had so many friends. You guys have probably seen throughout, like, if you guys watch my YouTube channel and, like, you've been, like, loyal, like, followers since, like, a while back, like, from, like, last year and everything. Last year, like, you can even scroll back and see, like, all the different friends that I, like, used to have that I just don't have anymore. And so many things, like, happened with that. But that I'm not really going to get into personal stories about them, since I still go to school with them. I still, like... Yeah, I still talk to them sometimes because there's 5 people at my school at this point. So I still talk to all of them, and like no like bad blood with them. I'm just like not tight with them anymore, and just things happen with people and toxic people. I don't know. Like it's
sometimes you just don't need anybody.
Sometimes I just like push myself away from people because I realize they're toxic, and I don't want drama because. Last year, the amount of drama I had my freshman year of high school was insane.
I think freshman year is just so much
freshman year is just crazy. Like, the amount of friends I went through, but it was so dramatic because I used to be such a dramatic person with, like, friends. Like, if somebody did something to me, I'd confront them, and I'd be like, can't believe you do this to me. Like, I'm a very, like, confrontational person when it comes to that stuff, but that caused so much drama. It created such, like, a bad environment in my school.
Fixing my stress.
And it made me not want to go to school. Like, to be honest. And so this year, even though I had friend drama, even though I had all this stuff, I wouldn't like confront them in that way. I would kind of just like slowly distance myself rather than be like, you did this, I don't want to be your friend. I would just slowly distance myself until I was fully distanced, because I think that's the more mature way of going about it. I used to think that like being so confrontational with people and all that was like the better way, but I think honestly just like slowly separating yourself and maybe having like a more mature like conversation rather than blowing up at them is definitely more mature.
Yeah,
so
I think you should like address like what they've been doing, like, because maybe they don't
and how it makes you feel.
Sometimes they don't even know what they're doing.
Exactly.
And if they're like, oh, I was doing wrong, and they change themselves, like, that's a good friend right there. But if you tell them and they're like, I don't care, then that's not a friend you want in your life.
Yeah.
And because I can relate to somebody not knowing what they're doing, because I lost a couple of friends because somebody decided they didn't want to tell me that I was making them feel upset about stuff I was doing, and I didn't find it like what I was doing wrong at the time, and then they didn't tell me, and then all of a sudden it just built up, and then she was like, no, I don't want to be your friend anymore, and all my friends dropped me after that. So like, I think it's better to let them know that what they're doing is wrong, and if they don't want to change their ways, then that's when you need to drop them. But if they're going to change and they actually try to get better after that, then that's better.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah.
Because let me just tell you, I kept going back and back and back and back and back and back and back to the same person every time I told them what they were doing wrong. And guess where it got me? We're not friends anymore. But
Wait, it's Bob.
yeah, it is Bob.
Oh yeah, we're just gonna call him Bob.
Yep, his name's Bob, because we're not name dropping, even though we're not friends.
Yeah.
But Bob was special.
Yeah, like I was friends with him too because I met him through Skye, and we were friends for probably 2 years. I would say I was probably friends with him for 2 years, and we had a good friendship. Like
7th grade.
Yeah, seventh grade. So I'd say 3 years ago. I've been friends with him. We hung out.
Well,
like,
that was my 7th grade, so it was 8th grade.
Yeah, so like 3 years ago. So I would hang out with him all the time, like almost every weekend. I feel like we'd hang out with him, and we were pretty close, like actually really close. And then everything was good up until like stuff started happening. It's a lot of personal stuff going into this one that we're not going to be like discussing, because this is a whole different topic that is like really, really sensitive to people, and I don't know if we're ready to talk about that on like this podcast.
And especially because I was like things that like we were discussed with him, we just decided, I was like, when we ended it, I was like, I'm not going to talk about anything that you've told me that's personal, even though we're not disclosing their name, because
I still like
it's
his
still
bestie, Billy.
Billy, yeah, we still talk to his like.
We still talk to his best friend. We love him still. So,
but
yeah, but
we like got no contact with him. Like we blocked him.
We blocked him on basically everything.
I even blocked him. I even blocked him on YouTube because he found his way into my YouTube comments. And then I was like, nah. So then I was like, hide user from channel so they can't like see my channel at all. And like I blocked them on TikTok.
Yeah. So basically, like the stuff that went down with that whole situation, it wasn't like surface level, like, oh, you were being mean to me. Like, it was like really, really deep stuff that was like just so like toxic, like to like the manipulation was like crazy in this friendship. Like that was like the main thing. Like this person was so manipulative to both of us.
Think like everything's
your fault. Like you did this to me. Like I'm this way because of you.
We'd apologize and be like, but you still did it. And we're like, well, we apologize. And like if you make one wrong move with him, he would get so mad at you. But he would mess up billions and billions of times, and you forgive him, and you'd be like, I'm not doing anything wrong. Like,
yeah, like we would not do anything to him, but everything like that. I feel like you can kind of put two and two together with this situation, but like he would kind of like he would he'd threaten us, like
if we ended stuff with him.
If we ended stuff with him, then this is what's gonna happen. Like just like threatening, manipulation, like just crazy stuff that like is not okay, especially for like teenagers to have to deal with. And so that was just not.
If anybody's manipulating that way, you really need
to leave. Me and Skye struggled with that a ton.
That's why we blocked him and everything, because when he gets your way back into your life, he's gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna change, like I'm doing so much better, like I promise not to hurt you
which
again.
is what happened.
Yeah, every time that he just goes like, I'm not gonna hurt you again, I promise, like it will be so much better like if I hurt you. And I'm like, okay, I'm giving you another chance. And then
And this went on for like literally like 3 years of our life, was just him being like, don't like, just trying to come back, and then we'd forgive him and then trying to come back. And the thing is, so Skye is me and Skye, this is kind of how like we kind of work. So if, let's say Milada, so she's my friend and she's Skye's friend. Like we're both friends with Milada, but like she's my friend that I met through school. Me and her are obviously closer. Skye met Milada because of me. So if, let's say I decide I don't like, Milada is toxic, I don't want, like, this is not true, okay? This is not true, but Milada's toxic, I can't be friends with her anymore, blah, blah, blah. Skye would be respectful of my feelings towards her because, like,
I only know Milada because
she only knows Milada because of me. And obviously, if it's not a valid reason, Skye would be like, Sophie, like,
why would you, like, she spilled on your pants.
Yeah, then she would try and like be like, Sophie, what the heck? That's not okay. Like,
that's really stupid.
That's a really stupid reason. But if it's like a valid reason that like Skye totally agrees with and like she understands everything, she would respectfully, like, if I asked Skye like, hey, can you block Milada for me? She would do it. And it's not like being like, you can't talk to her, but just like out of respect, like, for each other, like,
yeah, like, I don't want them in my life, and if you still talk to them, like, they're still kind of in my life, and I just, like, don't.
Exactly. Like, and then, like, same thing with this friend. I met him through her, and so he did toxic things to me too, but he was definitely more manipulative to Skye. Since he went to school with Skye, he was better friends with Skye. So, like, all this stuff, like, if he would do one thing to Skye, like, Skye would tell me about it, and then I would talk to him about it sometimes, and right when Skye would feel, okay, I need to drop him, I would do the same, because...
And then he would get mad. He's like, why would you drop me?
Why would you drop me? Because Skye wanted you to drop me. Well, it's also not because of that, because he did stuff to me as well, and I hear about the things that you do to her, I see the things that you do to her, so, like... Why would I want you in my life? Like, what? But, and then anytime Skye would forgive him, I would kind of also forgive him because like, I'm not gonna, I don't know, you know, like...
And because, like, I'm a very
we were both in the wrong in this situation, like, in this friendship, because we both should have just said, like, no, like, we're not going back.
Yeah, I would recommend to anybody, do not, if they're manipulating you and they treated you bad and they're like, I'm gonna change, like, maybe, like, I believe in second chances, like, somebody can do, like, a second chance, but, like, if they keep doing it over and over again, it's just gonna get you more hurt in the end, and you don't want to, take down your mental health just to be friends with somebody. If, like, they're ruining your mental health, they're not actually a good friend, they're just a toxic person.
Yeah.
And, because, like, obviously, like, we're both Christian again, like, so Jesus tells us to forgive people, but when he says to forgive people, he doesn't mean to go back to them, because you can still forgive people and not talk to them, and still, like, not hate them, but you can still forgive them for what they did and be like, you understand. You can forgive them, but, like, you don't have to still be friends with them. Like, you don't have to be friends with everybody, and, like, you don't need to be, you don't need to talk to them. And the reason, because we blocked them, because he'll find his way back. If I didn't block him, he'd text me again and say he changed, and then I would forgive him again. It'd be this whole cycle. So, like, and, like, honestly, might get, like, a no contact contract with him, like, because he still goes to school with me and stuff. Which so, is, like, so, like, if he tries to talk to me, like, at school, or, like, I get set up with a project with him, like, I'm not doing that, bro.
And all this stuff, like, also relates back to, like, if you're in, like, a relationship with, like, a guy or girl, like, that type of stuff. All of this that we're, talking about doesn't just relate to friendship relationships, it also can relate to, like, romantic relationships. Even though we can't really give you a romantic relationship advice. Because none of us have ever been in a relationship. We've only been in, like, talking stages, so...
And you might be surprised by that fact. Like, we haven't had our first kiss. We haven't had a
both of us haven't.
So...
So, no, she has not, but...
No, she hasn't.
Yeah, no. But, I don't know.
But my relationship recommendation is just don't date in middle school.
Just don't date in, especially middle school, and then, like, junior high, to be honest, you don't need a boyfriend, like, I don't get the point. High school is, I think, where you can start, like, where you should start to, like,
I just think it's, like, best when, like, your boyfriend or girlfriend, if you're a guy, can drive.
For sure, like,
but you shouldn't be, like, a 12-year-old dating a 16-year-old, but, like...
No, yeah, but, like, I feel like once you guys are, like, about, like, 16, like, that's, I feel like a good time to date.
16, 17...
Like, 16.
Holy air ball. Anyways, but, like, I feel like that's, like, more of the time to start thinking about dating, because I just don't see a point when you're younger. Like, when you're like, younger than, like, you're not able to drive. Like, your parents are gonna have to drive you around. Like, that's just so, like, awkward. Like, you guys do you, and, like, I know a lot of you have probably been young and been in relationships.
I said that on one of my things. I was like, I've never seen a relationship in middle school last than, like, 3 months. They're like, I'm, like, now in high school, and we started dating in 6th grade. Like, good for you guys, like, but I just, like, that's just, like, a few
And it's very unrealistic. Like, it does happen, but, like, it's just an unrealistic expectation, so... Yeah. I don't know. I just don't think there's any point to it, and I just think it's just like, It's just, there's no point, to be honest.
It's just,
It's just,
Just don't grab the moon.
Guys, I promise our episodes will get more light, airy, not so serious topics.
Yeah, this is, like, kind of more serious, but it's okay.
Okay, now talk about real friends.
I'm talking about
in it. We can talk about, like, what real friendships should look like.
Yeah.
I'd say me and Skye have about the realest friendship that you can get. Yeah. I feel like the most, like, non-toxic relationship. Like, when's the last time we got in an argument or fight about anything? I don't think we really ever have. Like,
I've only gotten mad at you because you would hang out with your friend more than me. And I got mad because I would be like, sorry, this hurt my mouth. It was in 7th grade, though. I was, like, mad at her because I'd be like, Sophie, let's hang out on Friday. And then Friday comes, she's like, oh, yeah, I'm hanging out with my friends. And I was like...
Yeah, so, guys, that's definitely a toxic trait of mine. Even my friends know this. So...
She's really bad.
I'm very bad about plans, the whole planning thing. I'm terrible. So, I'll tell somebody, I can hang out Friday. Friday comes around. They're like, okay, so are you coming? Oh, crap, forgot. I'm already doing this. That's me. I forget about everything. I got used to it. Like, I can't do good with plans, guys. Like, that's just not me.
Unless, like, her parents, like...
Unless my parents are the ones that are, like, planning it or something. Me, personally, I just go with the flow. The day of, I'll be like, Skye, can I come over? She's like, yeah. Like, I just can't do with plans, so...
Yeah, so I usually just expect, like... She's not gonna ask me, like, a couple days in advance. Like, let's just expect on Friday. Like, so, like, people, like, ask me on the week, like, the week before, like, what are you doing? I'm like, Sophie probably come over, but, like, I don't know.
But, like, I don't know. Like, she just assumes that I'm gonna come over most days. And then, like, if I can't, I'll just be like...
Yeah, she's really, I got used to it because she just forgets what she has. Like, I'll be like,
I have so much stuff going on.
Right? And she goes, yeah, I can. And then Friday comes around and she's like, oh, well, I actually had volleyball.
I have volleyball, cheer, this. Like,
I'm like, okay, great.
Yeah, so I forget, and I don't really ever have schedules for anything. I am very much of a...
Type B person.
Yeah, type B person, very unorganized.
Yeah, type A, type B friendship, right?
Yeah, type B, type A, which low-key, like, I think works. Like, I think that's the best type of friendship.
Without me, she would forget so many things, bro. She would have lost, like her wallet,
yeah,
her keys,
Skye, like, keeps me, like, she helps me with so much stuff.
Like, I'm like, Sophie, you left your bag over there. She's like, oh, yeah, that's my bag.
So, yeah, it helps me a lot whenever I have, like, a friend like Skye, because since she's so type A, like, and I'm so type B, it's like...
Yeah, she literally went to bed with her jeans on the other day.
I did, last night, 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
I went to bed with my jeans on.
And didn't, like, do skincare, didn't brush her teeth. She just, like, was, like, in bed. I was like, are you gonna do this? She's like, no, I'm just gonna sleep in my jeans. And I, like, went and did my skincare, brushed my teeth.
Yeah, she's
put my bonnet
organized.
on, put my pajamas on. It was, like...
I usually don't sleep in jeans and not, like, get ready for bed, guys. I usually do, but, like...
Every time she has a sleepover with me, though.
Yeah, like, whenever I'm at Skye's house... whenever I'm at Skye's house, I just, like, go lay in her bed, and then I just kind of, like, fall asleep. Whenever I'm at my house, or, like...
You still didn't do your did you do your skincare last night?
No.
Like, and didn't brush your teeth either.
Oh, you're right.
That's disgusting, Sophie.
But you
probably don't even brush your teeth in the morning.
She brushed her teeth. Every time that sleepover, though, don't, like, think she's disgusting. She wakes up and brushes her teeth in the morning.
I brush my teeth every morning, guys. Trust me. I don't do it some nights. Because I forget, so my bad. But I feel like it's definitely better to brush your teeth in the morning than night, so... Because that's disgusting if you don't in the morning. But anyways...
Yeah, because you've been sitting there, like...
Well, because then your breath just stinks. And
usually she doesn't sleep in jeans. She usually borrows pajamas from me. But that night because it was, like, we got home at, like, 11. And then, like, she had to wake up early the next day to go to volleyball.
Yeah.
So she was just like, I'm going to bed right now.
I'm going to bed. Like, I'm not, no.
Wait, so you just stayed at Sophie's house, like, sitting there?
No, it was...
What?
It was when she slept over at my house.
Yeah.
And then I woke up at, like, 10, and then I got ready to go to her house.
Yeah.
So, like, we weren't even gone.
Yeah. But me and Skye have a very healthy friendship. Like, we don't really get in fights, arguments. Like, we're very just, like,
honest with each other.
Yeah, we're honest. We never like lie to each other about dumb things. I don't know, like we just are very just like healthy friendship, because I think a lot of it is because since we've known each other since literally birth, since we are cousins, like we're cousins, but it feels like we're friends. Like it doesn't feel like we're cousins just because like,
except
you
for
know,
when we're at the fam events.
Yeah, except for when we're with family and stuff, which I love being best friends with my cousin, because like we go to all family things together. We go on like vacations together because of our families. Like it's so nice. And then all of our parents are all friends, obviously, and siblings, and I love having like a cousin as a best friend. It's best.
If you're wondering, because you guys all think it, but me and Libby are not siblings.
But I don't look like my family, so.
Yeah, she looks like she could be like adopted or something, but she's not. She's actually.
I think like, well, isn't your dad kind of blonde?
Well,
he was blonde.
hair.
Yeah, so her dad was blonde,
and because just like my dad. So.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
because she has like half siblings, so like.
Yeah.
So me and Audrey look nothing alike.
Yeah,
but Audrey looks a lot like Lola.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Aiden looks like Phil.
Yeah. But I feel like our whole family is like, we have a very healthy family, like
tight-knit family.
we have a very like tight family. Like
Except
we're all
like we were just
good friends.
hanging out with our other two cousins at the pool, like her little sister and then,
Yeah. We're all very close. We're all like, it's just, I don't know, we have a very like healthy and good family, which is very, very nice, and we're really lucky for that, because a lot of you guys probably like don't have very like tight or close families.
You might not even talk with your like
you might not even
cousins.
talk with some of your family, like
They like may live like really
yeah, they
far
could live far away, like
Yeah, because we live in Utah, nobody leaves.
yeah, so we all just like, we live so close, like we all talk every day, we all like, I don't know, it's very nice, which I love. So yeah, but yeah, so me and Skye have a good relationship. I'd say me and my friend Milata have a good relationship. We've been friends since like 6th grade. We have gotten in arguments though, which is like, okay, me and Skye's friendship is very unrealistic. It's because
Arguments do happen.
Arguments happen in
you
friendships.
should, but you need to like talk to them about it.
You need to talk to them about it, and like you guys need to grow from it, and it can't be like a step back.
Because perfect friendships don't exist. You guys are gonna get in an argument. Sophie and me will probably get in an argument sometime.
Yeah.
But like with us, like when we get in arguments, like we can't stay like hate each other for that long, because if we don't want to talk to each other anymore, we'll see each other at a family event, and
exactly.
then
So it's like not like we can never see each other again.
but
so.
like you just need to talk to each other and actually communicate, because most friendships ends because there's just terrible communication with each other, and like nobody understands each other's sides, and like nobody listens to each other, and they just like think their side is right, and they don't even try to like make it up. So
yeah, exactly.
I just had like that looked like a guy that goes to my church, but
That looked like that.
it looked like
it looked like Cheeto.
It looked like Cheeto.
And then
We
I
have
wish
nicknames
Frito
for
was more
But he's smoking over
I
there.
love Cheeto and Frito.
Bello King.
But yeah, so I'd say me and Skye's friendship isn't like unrealistic, but it's like, I don't know how like we haven't gotten into fights, because we hang out every single day. We like, I don't know, like
But
we
did have a fight at one point, but
yeah,
I think
like
that just made
like
us
in
really
like 7th
close.
grade. But yeah, that is us.
But
And then me and Milata obviously have gotten into arguments. Like we're friends that go to the same school. Of course, I think that's a huge reason, is because we don't go to the same school. So it's like,
No, we don't, because
we don't have like the same friends technically.
Yeah,
so it's
but we
like,
also like, because like when you hang out with your friends like every day at school, and then hang out with them at the weekend, like sometimes like you can get like slightly annoyed and stuff,
with
like
them, yeah.
because we don't go to the same school. So like in the school time, we only see each other at the weekends.
Yeah,
So we don't
exactly.
see each other as much as like school friends.
That is true.
And like I have a problem. I get overstimulated and my social battery dies really fast. But like not with Sophie for some reason. Like
Yeah, I think it's because both of us know when we want to like be chill, and we can just sit there in silence and not
just
like
scroll on our phone
and
to
just
watch-
scroll on our phones for like an hour and not be like, so what are we gonna do? What am I gonna like just get all like, you know? So we're very like, we can be chill when it's time to be chill, but then like we can also be super fun.
Yeah.
And like we love to like troll people and like just have a good time with other people. We're like, you're like not as social as me, but like you're like low key have gotten to that point, kind
Yeah,
of. Like,
I
to
used
where
to be really shy.
She
and
used
I
to be
wouldn't
really
talk.
shy, and she wouldn't like to talk to randoms, but
still
now like
people are like, why isn't the blonde one talking? I'm like, bro. Like you guys have been talking, and like, cause some people are like, nobody was talking to you, so I just like choose not to talk, like when I'm not directed like,
yeah,
by my name, like,
yeah,
cause some people are just haters, but
yeah. But me and Skye, like, I'm definitely like more of like the social like person, because I don't know, like that's
She's
just kind
always
of how I
had
am. I've just always been like that. I used to do like acting, so that's a huge thing, like a huge part of it too. So I'm like a very like extroverted person, I would say, and then Skye's more introverted, but she is also like, I don't know, she can be outgoing too. So I don't know. That's
I think
that.
it's like, I feel like it depends on who I'm with. So like when I'm with you, I'm more outgoing, but like if I'm like hanging out with different people, like
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. It does definitely depend on like the people. Because when I'm hanging out with people that aren't as like outgoing and don't like to troll people, it's like harder for me to like talk to people than when I have a friend like Skye who also likes to do it. Like it's not as hard for me to do it, I guess. So yeah, after this, guys, we're going shopping.
not after shopping. You know, whatever.
Well, I am.
Oh yeah,
I actually need to. I need to get my nails done. I need to get some stuff for cheer. And
Wait, are we gonna have to wait for you to get your nails done?
yeah.
Or, like,
What do you
Are we
think?
gonna sit in there like?
No, you guys can go walk around. You can do whatever you want. No, Libby, you have to like wait in there with me. Like I'm too scared to like go in by myself.
Well, that would technically be me.
That's you, but not something.
Okay.
Okay.
Say your thing.
I think you need to like finding a good friend like that matches you in some ways and in opposite ways.
Yeah.
Because me and Sophie are like very similar, but we also have like differences. Like I'm a type A, obviously. She's type P, type B.
I'm type P.
And I'm type poo.
And like, she's extroverted. I'm introverted.
Yeah, like we're like so similar yet so opposite, which is so weird, but
Yeah.
it
But
works well.
we both like make a.
Yeah, we
outfit,
both like the
shoes,
same things.
Starbucks, Chick-fil-A.
Pretty toilet.
Skibbity toilet. Okay.
Libby likes skibbity toilet.
No, I don't know.
But
Sigma,
just make sure
Sigma
you find
boy,
some good
Sigma
friends.
boy.
Yeah, at least have one good friend, and then you're honestly set. Like
And if you
as
have
long
a
as you
sister,
have one person you can trust, at least.
honestly, if you can't find a good friend and you have a sister, become
That's
best
definitely
friends with your sister.
become friends with your sister.
Because even if you get in fights, like me and Lucy get in fights daily about clothes. Mostly it's about clothes. Or she just
You don't do style.
no, okay. But me, because she takes my clothes without asking. She's gotten better at it, and we haven't gotten in a fight over clothes, like very recently actually. But we usually like fight because our personalities don't sometimes clash, because she's very, very extroverted and like yap your ear off, and I'm more of like a listener, even though like it doesn't seem like this on the podcast because it's a podcast, so I kind of have to talk.
She kind of is talking a lot.
It kind of actually depends who I'm with, like if I talk or listen.
Yeah.
Like I sometimes talk so much and I'm like,
Yeah, with me, you definitely. I feel like we both like do our share of talking and listening, because I'm a very good listener, but I love to talk. So, and I think like you love to listen, but you're also a good talker.
yeah.
Like I feel like it's kind of opposite. Like yeah, like I love talking, but I'm a really good listener, and then you're a really good talker, but like you also love listening. So it's like, I don't know if that makes sense, but
Yeah.
it's nice. Oh, the camera's kind of dying.
Ooh. Okay, let's wrap this up.
Let's wrap this up a bit.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys
for
for
tuning
watching.
in, to listening
or
watching,
watching,
depending on what you're doing. Let us know what you guys want to see us talk about on here.
Yep.
Because
We want your
definitely
guys'
need
feedback.
because we don't want to talk about something you don't care about.
Exactly. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, make sure to go stream on Apple Music or Spotify or wherever you listen to your podcasts. And really hope you guys have been enjoying the 2 episodes that we have so far. And I hope the like voice quality is better on this one. We're just kind of testing out different like microphones and stuff that we want to use for this. But we're not fully set on this one. Like we kind of got to hear it and see. But let us know what you think, and if you guys have any camera recommendations that we could use like in the car. So
Like mic recommendations.
like microphone
Your
recommendations.
camera's pretty good, so
Yeah.
that's all.
Okay, well, bye guys. We love you so much. Peace.